Hello, my name's Ashley Walker. I am 30 years old and I am a father of three from Birmingham in the UK. What I did before EPT, I was a logistics manager. I still am a logistics manager for one of the largest retailers in the UK. Very stressful job, takes up a lot of time. I sort of do 55 to 60 hours each and every week, and it doesn't look like it's letting up. Obviously, being a father of three, it's very difficult to sort of juggle work, family life and any other sort of business ventures that I've got. Why I joined EPT now, the biggest reason that I joined EPT is for the last sort of 4 or 5 years I've been looking for something different. I've been looking to move away from a 9 to 5. I've tried a whole host of different things. I've set up a couple of businesses. I've done network marketing. I've tried a lot of stuff. I've looked everywhere. I've looked at forex trading, etc., etc. Deep down, I sort of always knew that property, was tried and tested, was something that sort of stood the test of time, and something that ultimately I would be interested in doing. Why I joined EPT, so I started looking around for courses probably a couple of years ago. Started looking at how I could sort of get my foot on the ladder. It's a minefield. It was a minefield. There was people pointing me in every single direction, recommending people. I think I went to a Rich Dad Poor Dad event, quite a while ago. Sort of heard about the fees that they were talking about, and it just wasn't viable for me to pay those kind of fees. So in terms of why I joined EPT, I seen Arsh. I was getting a lot of his emails for his free webinars. He gave a lot of value in those. He was local, not too far from me, about 45 minutes away. I definitely wanted to align with somebody that had done it, that could show me the proof, and that's someone that was also local. So Arsh sort of ticked all the boxes. As well, I had a couple of conversations with Arsh prior to joining EPT. We sort of put my mind at ease, let me sort of know, what it would entail. So ultimately, in the end, I just thought to myself, right, it's now or never. I've got to give it a try. It's something that I've wanted to do for quite a long time now. So the stars sort of aligned, and it was time for me to join. In terms of how Arsh has sort of helped me and how EPT's helped me, I started my property journey, and I was totally honest with Arsh. I had no property experience bar living in one. I'd never done anything in property. So I was, sort of a blank slate. I didn't come with any preconceived ideas, bar some of the information I've seen on the internet, about different property sort of strategies, but I would count myself as a total novice at the time. How Arsh has helped me so far is giving me all the tools. It's given me all the tools to succeed in my strategy at the moment. In terms of EPT and actual, the whole EPT as a whole, the community is unbelievable. We've got WhatsApp groups, we've got Facebook groups. They're always there for you to bounce ideas off. There's always, information. There's people there with, 10, 15, 20, 25 years property experience. So you can always go and lean on those types of people, which is perfect for me as a novice. Sometimes there's very basic questions that come up, and instead of going directly to Arsh, I can go to other EPT members, people that have lived and breathed it. So it is definitely a good forum. Currently, I've got a buddy, so we sort of do an EPT buddy system. So that's someone that sort of like an accountability partner in business, but again in property, in the property business, and it works very well. My EPT buddy is someone that has been full-time in property for the last 20 years or so. So he's got a wealth of knowledge. It's really good to just bounce ideas off him. Sometimes I've got deals that come up that I sort of run past him before I send to Arsh. And he always gives me, the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whether it will work or not. My light bulb moment in EPT, I went to see, the good thing about being so local to Arsh is he opens up his doors, and you're sort of allowed to come into his office and sit down and spend the day with him and sort of, be in the sort of the fire pit as such. Now, one of the light bulb moments for me was I had been in EPT probably a month or so, and I went to visit Arsh once in his offices, and he sort of just showed me the relentless pace that this property business goes at. His phone, I don't think it stopped for the whole day, so it was just an eye-opener just to see how he sort of divides his time and how he works his business on a day-to-day. But my actual light bulb moment came at the end of my second sitting with Arsh. I went to see Arsh probably three weeks after that, so probably about 7 or 8 weeks into EPT. And I was on the phone all day, you know, speaking to agents, speaking to landlords, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. Now before I left the office, I thought, right, I'm going to make one more call. This is going to be my final call for the day. I called a landlord that was actually local to Arsh, in the Wolverhampton area. Gave him a call, had a quick chat about this property that I had for rent, and you know, everything sort of just seemed to fall into place. Now, from me making that call, I think it was on a Thursday evening, the deal was done and dusted by the next week Thursday, so it took a week for that deal to go through. That was my first rent-to-rent deal, and that was sort of aligned with my strategy. So that was my light bulb moment to say, actually, this here works. You know, I've got a support system, I've got Arsh, I've got people around me, you know, that can guide me in the right place, but ultimately it's down to me. And when I secured that first deal, it was just like, yes, I've finally done it. You know, this works for me, and I'm gonna take this all the way. The most valuable part of EPT, I would say, is the ability that you've got to go and sit down one-to-one and be with Arsh in his office, and you know, sort of see the projects that he's working on, see the projects that other EPT members are working on. So just being able to be in that environment, I think, is priceless. You know, like I said, I spoke to people previously about some of the courses. A lot of these courses, you never sort of get one-to-one time. It's all, you know, content that's delivered over a few days, and then you're just left to go and do what you need to do, or you know, whether it's just online stuff. But you know, with Arsh, you've got with Arsh and EPT, you've got the mix of both. So yeah, that's definitely the most valuable part for me. And who would I recommend EPT to? I would recommend EPT to absolutely everybody. Again, I'm a complete property novice, but within EPT, there's people that have got 10, 15, 20, 30 years knowledge, which is unbelievable. So I would recommend it to everybody. Currently, I've done 2 rent-to-rent deals that I've sourced and packaged. I've got one hopefully going through the pipeline right now. I only joined on the 1st of February, so you're talking 4 months in now, coming up to 4 months in. So I'm really happy with my progress so far, but I've got some very big goals for 2018, and I know that EPT is going to help me get there. Thank you very much.